Hello! Oh my god. Welcome to another Genshin Impact bracket fight. Today we are going to determine who my top roommate choice would be. I made a Genshin roommate tier list about like 7 or 8 months ago, but you know what? There's lots of new characters since then. I kind of forgot who I put in S tier, so I thought this would be fun. Who's gonna see me eating Cheerios out of the box at 4 in the morning? Not that I do that or anything. If you don't know what bracket fights are, they're similar to tier lists and that we are going to be ranking characters. However, there will be one definitive winner. Also, just as a reminder, this is complete headcanon nonsense. If the Genshin characters were like transported to modern day real world society, we talking if Kazuha's roaming around the local UCLA campus. We're not in Inazuma anymore. Now, I've had like a dozen plus roommates in my life. I know a thing or two about having roommates. I've roomed with a ton of different types of people, and to be totally honest, I end up being besties with some of my roommates, so I'm gonna be a little picky here. All right, starting off strong, we have Kazuha versus Zhao. This is okay. I think this is kind of a given. I love Zhao. He's great. I don't see him being a very amazing roommate. He's the guy eating Cheerios out of the box at 4 o'clock in the morning. And you're like, hey, what's up, dude? He's like, yeah. Just like scurries back in his room and leaves a trail of Cheerio dust. I'm definitely going Kazuha. He seems like a super chill roommate. Sucrose versus Sayu. Now, I don't particularly care for either of these characters. You guys probably know that by now, but if we're talking roommates here, Sucrose might be messy. You know what? They both might be messy. I can see Sucrose leaving a bunch of like science stuff everywhere. Are we doing college AU? I think, you know what? Let's do college AU. Sucrose is in the biochem field. Obviously, she's leaving her homework everywhere. She's a mess. I feel like she's scatterbrained and forgets to do stuff. You're like, hey dude, can you like wash the dishes? She's like, yeah, after class. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm late. And then it's like 3 days later and the dishes are still there and they're like collecting mold. Sayu is super sleepy. You might not see her much. Like, she would be down to play Mario Party with me and she would fall asleep mid-match, but I don't know. I don't get bad vibes from rooming with Sayu. Lumine versus Jean. I definitely want to say Lumine. That's my gut feeling. She's quiet. She's respectful. She wouldn't let her space get gross. I don't think she would have like ragers in the house. Whereas Jean, she's definitely having ragers. No, I'm just kidding. Someone was probably like hovering over the dislike button. No, she wouldn't. What if she like brought Klee over a lot because she was on babysitting duty and Klee like made a giant mess? I'd be so annoyed if someone brought a child into my home constantly. I don't know. I just get vibes from Jean that it would be not the best roommate situation, so definitely Lumine. Aether versus Hazo. I like Hazo. He's so nice. But Aether is the same as Lumine, that I feel like he'd be super chill and like a nice roommate. I don't think you can go wrong with him, really. Is Aether the type to bring home a stray cat because he felt bad for it? Would I complain about that though? You know what? No, I wouldn't. Hazo, what would he do? What would he do that would annoy me? I need to justify this somehow. He'd be kicking stuff. He wouldn't kick me. I don't know. Maybe he would be kind of messy too. Would he be leaving like detective novels everywhere? I don't know. These are both good options. I guess I'll just click Aether, but they're both fine. Shinobu versus Razor. Oh, this is a given. I didn't, like, it just struck me like lightning that living with Razor would be hell on earth. Definitely Shinobu. Like, I don't have to explain this. And I hate when they do this. They separated the travelers by their like typing. It doesn't matter. It's because I'm doing stupid bracket fights. Like, these bracket fights are probably made for people who are like, who's the best, most OP character in the game? And I'm over here like, who wants to get ice cream with me? I'm just gonna click the ka-ching. I'm just gonna click whoever the other character is, because Lumine is, we're gonna pretend like the animo Lumine is like the Lumine, so Kaching is gonna go through by default, just so we don't have to like meddle with that. All right, Lisa versus Yaye. Oh boy, we got both of the seductresses. They both got that sly thing going on. I feel like they'd both be a riot to go out with. See, all right, here's my thing with roommates. I need them to be clean. I need them to respect when I'm sleeping. Those are like the ground rules. But other than that, if I have like a good roommate that I vibe with, we are besties. We go everywhere together. We go into concerts. We go into brunch. We're going to the mall. Like, I do a lot of stuff. They're like my bestie, like I said. So who do I want to be my bestie? Whose vibes do I jive with? Dude, I'm going Yaye. It's not a very strong feeling, but I just have a feeling that her and I would like have more fun going out to dinner and getting wine and appetizers. Beidou versus Raiden Shogun. Now, I know a lot of y'all are Beidou fans, you know, myself included. But we gotta be real here. We have to think logistically about being a roommate with Beidou. Homegirl's not gonna be home very often. Raiden Shogun's probably not gonna be home very often either. Also, is this A? This is A. We're gonna say it's A. Beidou is giving walking alcoholism, beer everywhere, and being loud and being like, hey, what is up? And I'm like, oh God, I'm tired. A is giving never leaves her room, but she seems like she'd be pretty nice if you got to know her. Maybe she just needs a friend. I'm gonna go Ren Shogun. I'm a very, like, I don't like loud people in my home. There's a time and place. Probably a riot to go out with, but I don't think I'd want to live with Beidou. Fischl versus Sarah. Oh God. Fischl, there's like smoke coming out from under the door in Fischl's room. She's gonna burn the house down by lighting too many candles for her whatever. Sarah is gonna be so strict. As long as you don't get on her bad side, I feel like Sarah would be fine. She wouldn't want parties. She wouldn't want dishes left in the sink, but I don't do those things anyway. I acted like Sarah. Like, my roommates wanted to have a party, I remember, like near the start of the school year, and I was like, no, the floors are gonna be sticky. Everyone's gonna be vomiting everywhere. There's gonna be like broken glass. Everyone was mad at me because they all wanted to have this party and I didn't. So I just like went home to my parents' house for the night and I was like, I'm not gonna stay here for this. This is ridiculous. I'm a lawful person and so is Sarah. We're gonna get along. We're gonna like rule this house with an iron fist. Jinyan versus Toma. I feel like, oh man, this one's kind of a given as well because Toma, like, he does the cooking and the cleaning and Jinyan's gonna be blasting music pretty late at night playing the rock banjo. We gotta go Toma. Diluc versus Bennett. As much as living with Diluc would be kind of awkward, Bennett would probably be a disaster, completely not of his own fault. Like, the stovetop is still hot because someone just used it and he just like puts a plastic bag on the stove and it melts and just like ruins the stovetop. I had a roommate who was just so like forgetful and like unaware what was going on. He would always break stuff and like ruin things because he was like, oh my God, I didn't know. And then he hides the evidence because he doesn't want to get in trouble. And like, it's a whole thing, dude. I could like go on for days with stories about my old roommates. Also, he would be stinky and he would leave things in the fridge for too long because he forgot that he had leftovers, and then you would open the fridge and it would be like, Puh! And you'd be like, so Diluc all the way. I like how I'm not even going into what living with Diluc would be like because living with Bennett would be such a travesty. We'll talk about him later. Xiangling versus Hu Tao. Ooh, definitely Xiangling, like obviously. She's gonna share her food with you all the time. The kitchen's gonna smell immaculate every single night. Hu Tao's gonna have cadavers in the basement. Amber versus Yoimiya. Oh, interesting. They're both kind of like peppy. Amber is that kind of roommate that would always be down to go with you to like go out shopping and go get brunch, like these things I was talking about before. I think Yoimiya would too, but she seems to be maybe more messy. Yoimiya gives me some chaos vibes. She would be super cool. Like, you would get along perfectly, but she always has stuff on the floor and her room is like a mess. I had a roommate like that too, and she was one of my besties and I loved her, but she was very messy, so I'm gonna go Amber. Klee versus Yanfei. Obviously Yanfei. I'm so sorry, Klee, but I'm not trying to cash in my renter's insurance. The bracket was a little bit broken because there was some odd number of characters, so that's why Venti's on his own here. Venti versus Kazuha. You know I'm clicking Kazuha, but let me go into it a bit. Venti is leaving booze bottles everywhere. There's gonna be fruit flies in your apartment because there's like opened beer bottles that have like dried out and gotten all crusty. You know what I'm talking about? Venti's texting you at 3:30 in the morning because he forgot his keys and got locked out and you're asleep and he's like, let me in. Kazuha is a super chill roommate. You can have deep chats with him. He will go with you wherever you want to go. You can have some like nice hot girl walks with Kazuha. I'm clicking on my boy. Sayu versus Lumine. Lumine is like an all-around. She's the most neutral pick. I think she's just an all-around like good choice. And Sayu seems fine, but I think Lumine is actively like she would be a nice roommate, and I think I'd maybe want to be besties with her. Shinobu versus Keqing. We did not get to talk about Keqing last time, so I guess we should touch on that really quick. Keqing is similar to Jean, and then I feel like she would be pretty strict, but she would be less so than Jean and Sarah. Honestly, when I look at Keqing, I see myself. You guys are probably, what are you talking about? Because I put on a front for my videos, okay? In real life, I'm more like, shut up. All right, how about this? I think Shinobu, because of her affiliation with Ito, a little bit more like up to no good, or at least like bringing people over that are up to no good. Even if they like trail along and like she doesn't want them there, I feel like they're gonna end up there. I don't know. I'm feeling some shady business. I'm gonna click Keqing. Yae versus A. Oh man, buy one, get one free. Do you ever have those roommates where you don't think you're gonna get along, but then you end up loving their energy, even though it's not your energy? It's like the opposites attract thing. I don't know. I get good vibes from me living with Yaye. Again, this is my personal opinion. This is not like, this is the top roommate for anybody. No, this is my best roommate. I'm sorry. You guys are probably like, okay, I don't care about you. No, well, you should. No, I'm just kidding. So for me personally, I think living with Yaye would be fun for a year just to see how it would go. Because again, I don't know if she would leave her room very much, and she seems like she'd be kind of shy. I don't think she would have much interest in going to see Fall Out Boy with you. But Yaye would be like, well, that sounds very fun. Yeah, why not? And I'd be like, heck yeah, let's go, girl. She'd be down for stuff. Sarah versus Toma. You know, Toma is our man here. Sarah, I'm sorry about it. Diluc versus Xiangling. All right, now we have to talk about Diluc because I'm going to click Xiangling. But why not Diluc? He would not be home very often. He would be cranky. I don't think he would want to talk to you. Every time you saw him, he would have no shame and be like, eh. If he didn't like you. I know a lot of you girlies are like, read his voice lines, he's really nice. You cannot deny that on the surface, Diluc does not like many people. Xiangling. Amber versus Yanfei. I'm gonna go Amber. I think Yanfei would talk too much. I don't know, they both might talk too much, but Amber's more my vibe. Okay, we're almost done with the left side of the bracket. This video is taking too long. Kazuha versus Lumine. Oh no, this one's hard. Kazuha is like giving me this vibe of like, he would show me the world. Like he would show me things that are different than what I normally do. He would know the cool hangout spots. He would be like, hey, I want to show you something. And why do you sound like Zhao? He would bring you to this like cool hill where there's like a bunch of trees and it's like a good reading spot. Whereas Lumine like seems a little bland to me and like she wouldn't add anything to your experience. So I'm gonna go Kazuha because I wanna see the world. Aether versus Keqing. This is hard. I have this inclination to like want to be besties with Keqing, force her out of her shell a little bit. She's cute, you know, she's kind of a foodie. We can go get some like, what is she like, those little shrimp ball things that she likes. Aether is similar to Lumine in that like he would be chill and he'd be fun, but I don't know if he would like do much extravagant stuff together. I've had a bunch of guy roommates, but there's always a little bit of a wall there. So I'm gonna go Keqing and trust that like she'll open up to me. Yae versus Toma. Ugh. This is one of the hardest brackets I've ever done in my life. Wait, okay, if we're in the modern society here, Yaye might be one of those influencer girlies that gets invited to these like mysterious brand trips to Hawaii and stuff. Toma seems like a homebody. He'd be like, hey, how was your day? And then you would talk and you'd be like, all right, see ya. But I don't know if we would go anywhere together. I'm clicking Yaye, dude. Is this bold? I don't need Toma to clean up after me. I do it myself. Xiangling versus Amber. They both have good vibes. They're both sweet girls. They both seem like they would, you know, they're extroverted. They seem like they would be down to go places with you. But Xiangling's got the food thing. All right, final Jeopardy. We're down to the final four of the left side. Kazuha versus Keqing. I see my entire life flashing before my eyes. My life of being besties with Keqing and going out to get shrimp balls at the restaurant. Why do I say shrimp balls like that? Shrimp balls. I can't say it straight. Shrimp balls. Shrimp balls. It hurts my throat to say it normally. Shrimp balls. Shrimp balls. I swallowed my spit down the wrong pipe. My cat is looking at me right now. All right, anyway. So I see a future with shrimp balls with Keqing. But what if she hates me? What if she shuts herself away? What if she's never home? What if she's in a bad mood all the time because work was hard? What if she doesn't have time to go out to get shrimp balls because she's busy? Whereas Kazuha, he's chill. He's always home. He's always vibing. I'm gonna go Kazuha because I know a girl like Keqing. I like her, we hang out, but it's a little bit awkward sometimes. You never quite know if she's being herself, and you're like, dude, you can open up to me, but maybe she's just like that. I'm gonna go Kazuha. Yaye versus Xiangling. Oh, this is where everyone's gonna get really mad at me if I click Yaye. But her cooking is so good. But think about all the brand trips you're gonna get invited onto. Is Yaye gonna be in the creative writing program at this mysterious college that we go to? Xiangling's gonna be in the cooking program because suddenly this is like / culinary school. You could probably make me some shrimp bowls. But the brand trips. But would Yaye be mean to me? Would she be that girl who's like, your outfit's okay, but it would be better if you wore this instead? And you'd be like, okay. What if she told me that orange isn't my color and I should dye my hair blonde? I'm going Xiangling. She would be very nice to me and cook me shrimp balls. Okay, Kazuha versus Xiangling. Let's put our heads together. Do we want someone who can show us the world? Or do we want someone who's gonna make us shrimp balls? She's similar to Amber and like Yoimiya, like she's very happy-go-lucky. She's always happy to see you. She's always in a good mood. But would I want to go to that Fall Out Boy concert with her? Would I go to a Fall Out Boy concert with Kazuha? Have I been to Fall Out Boy concerts with my roommate before? Yes, I have, and it was a great night. I went with the girl that reminded me of Yoimiya, in fact, and we had a good time. And I just said that Xiangling reminds me of Yoimiya. Oh, I think I just had a breakthrough. Okay, Xiangling it is. I don't think I placed her in S in my tier list, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe she was A, but like these bracket fights really forced me to like dig super deep because it's a direct face off between two characters. I have to like really consider every angle of this. Okay, we're halfway done. I'm gonna try to speed run this last part. Okay, so Ningguang's gonna automatically go through because this is another Lumine and we don't need that. Yunjin is gonna go through because we don't need another Aether. Noelle versus Goro. Interesting. I don't see anything wrong with Noelle. She seems very sweet. I think, what is that called? She's like a coquette girly. She's really into like tea parties. And like, I don't know. I just feel like you would bond with her over cute things. Goro seems like he would be very nervous to have a female roommate. Man, I should have been taking that into consideration as well as like how the boys would deal with having a girl roommate. But none of the guys on the left really like struck me as being too bothered by that. But Goro would be like, hi. When he catches me with my Cheerios at 4 in the morning, he'd be like, and he'd back away slowly without saying anything. Noelle, it is. Mona versus Barbara. Mona would not pay her rent on time. Why does she seem like one of those girls that would be like, I can't, I'm a Leo. Like, I don't know what star sign she is, but she would like use it as an excuse to not do stuff. And I'd be like, dude, like your clothes are everywhere. Like, why can't you pick these up? And she's like, I'm so sorry, I'm messy. I'm an Aquarius. Can you tell I know nothing about astrology? Can the astrology girlies come out of the woodwork and tell me what it means about me that I'm a Pisces? The only thing I know about Pisces is that people are like, oh, they're really emotional. Like, I'm so sorry I cry when I get mad. It's because I'm a Pisces. Although Barbara has that stalker thing going on. Is he gonna show up to our house? Okay, Barbara is probably not gonna make it very far, but like, all right, Xingqiu versus Yulan. Xingqiu seems like he'd be super anal about things and he would get annoyed with you if you made a peep. We could have a book club though. I like reading. He would have the best book recommendations. Yulan, she's similar to Yaye, and well, not really, but she would like bring something out of you if you lived with her. She would be that type of girl that like brings out confidence in you. Does that make it, like, do you have any friends like that? They're so confident and they exude confidence so much that it sort of like inspires you to be the same way. Do I want book club roommate or do I want teaches me how to step on people roommate? You know what? I'm feeling drawn. I want to step on somebody. Give me a lesson. Chi-Chi versus Ziona. I am not in favor of either of these as roommates. Chi-Chi seems weird. Isn't it canon that she smells bad? I'm gonna go Diona. Even though she's cranky, I feel like we would both like complain about life. Ganyu versus Aloy. Aloy's giving like sporty girl who's like always at lacrosse meets and stuff. Ganyu's nice, but I feel like she would never leave her room and she's giving Sucrose vibes. I'll click Ganyu, it's fine. Kaya versus Ayaka. Alright, I'm pretty passionate about Ayaka and I getting along really well. She gives bestie vibes. You know, her story quest really spoke to my soul. It really spoke to me. She just wanted pizza. Kaya is dousing himself in his cologne of choice. Oh, I just had a memory of my tier list video. Kaya's the guy to get the giant burrito from the local burrito joint at 3 in the morning and eat the whole thing, but he's drunk, so he vomits it all up. And then he keeps talking about how good that burrito was, but all you can think about is how he sounded like a goose when he was throwing up at 3 in the morning. He's fun to play video games with though. Can you tell this is a true story? Okay, I'm going Ayaka though. I just had to rant about Kaya for a second there. Chongyun versus Eula, the blue-haired baddies. Eula feels like a mixture between Jean and Kaching. Seems on the strict side, she's always gonna threaten your life when you leave a dish out on the sink, but Kaching in that like once she opens up, I feel like we'd get along really well. Chongyun is that guy that would like have his significant other over and they would like never leave his room and they would be like attached at the hip and the SO would pretty much live with us. I'm talking about Xingqiu. Chongyun is giving the vibes of someone I'd be third wheeling with like all the time. It would make me mildly uncomfortable, so I'm gonna go Eula. Rosaria versus Shenhe. Ooh, interesting. Would either of them like me at all? I want to roll with both of them, to be honest. They seem cool. I feel like Shenhe needs a friend. I feel like I will take the risk and try to be BFFs with her. Okay, we have Zhongli versus Ningguang. I feel like both of them do not have much interest in being my roommate. Ningguang would rather roll over dead than have a roommate probably, because she's so rich. Why would she live anywhere but in like the most expensive penthouse? Would Zhongli also forget to pay his rent and blame it on being an Aquarius? You can't sleep one night and you go out to the family room and he's just like, can't sleep. Sing by yourself, handsome. You can't sleep either. Why don't you come sit down and I'll tell you a tale from my youth. Okay, grandpa. I don't think Ningguang would want anything to do with me. I really, like, I would talk to her and she'd be like, and she would have her assistant talk to me because she costs too much. She's too expensive to talk to. I'm gonna go Zhongli. Ooh, Yunjin versus Albedo. I forgot about Albedo. All right, Albedo, you know, he's also in the science program at our mystery college. I don't know if I'd want to live with him. I think I would be intrigued rolling with him once in a while, but like, I don't think I'd want to live with him. Yunjin seems really sweet. I think if I live with Yunjin, I would definitely want to like see what her life is all about. Go to all her concerts, help her put on her makeup, and oh, it would be so sweet. If she would let me, of course, but she's a sweetheart. I think her and I would get along well. Albedo and I can go to the underground music rock concerts, but Yunjin and I are gonna be ladies together. Ito versus Noel. Ito is great. He's a hilarious man. He's a riot, but like being roommates with him would be horrible. Unless you're also a chaotic person and you don't care about messiness or loudness. He would be a hoot if you don't care about messiness and loudness. But I'm gonna go Noel for sure. Barbara versus Tartaggles. Again, I would not want to be roommates with Tartaggles like at all. Now he can take me to the underground rock concerts at the frat party. Okay, he would be fun, but I will not live with that man. Ayato versus Yelan. Two different flavors of shady business. All right, how about this angle? Ayato is also rich, kind of, you know, like Ningguang-y, but he's more nice with it. I feel like he would actually talk with you. Maybe even like share a little bit with you. Like you would live in like a really nice apartment together. And he only has you there because like you hold down the fort when he's not home. I don't know. I just feel like the amenities would be nice with Ayato. Kokomi versus Diona. Kokomi gets me. She's a stressed out queen. She's an anxious queen. Again, on our college campus, Kokomi's not involved in the war efforts. She's studying history. Here's the vibe from Kokomi. It's a Tuesday, 7 p.m. You both have exams the next morning and you're both crying out of being stressed. But what's that? A copy of Lilo and Stitch on Blu-ray? So you make a blankie for it. You order some cheese bread from the local pizza store. You set up the fairy lights and you watch Disney movies together. I don't know. I'm getting good vibes from Kokomi. Click. Ganyu versus Ayaka. Yulu versus Shenhe. They both need a friend. I'm gonna go Shenhe, I think. I don't feel super strongly about that. I'm just going for my gut reaction. Zhongli versus Yunjin. Opera bestie queen, so I'm gonna click on her. Noel versus Barbara. I'm gonna go with Noel because Barbara's soccer is a flight risk. Ayato versus Kokomi. I really want to watch Hunchback of Notre Dame with Kokomi, so we're doing that. I feel very passionately that Ayaka and I would be great roomies. So I'm gonna click on her for sure. Oh, let's start the bracket. Yunjin versus Noel. Oh man, they're both so cute. What do I do? Which one of these two would go to the Fall Out Boy concert with me? Noel seems like even if she didn't listen to that type of music, she'd be willing to go. But Yunjin be like, I have a show tomorrow. I can't afford to go to a concert and like blow my vocal cords out. So I'm gonna go with Noel. So it comes down to who would go to a Fall Out Boy concert with me. Oh no! Oh, this one's difficult. Oh no! Lilo and Stitch versus pizza. Why can't we do both? Why can't we be bestie? Okay, alright, I don't want to misspeak here. Do they hate each other in the game? Because why do I feel like they're enemies of the state or something? Or are they like buddies? Because I was about to say like, oh, this looks like a good trio. I would love to room with both of them. Can I do that? Can we just stop the video here and just say that like I want to room with Ayaka and Kokomi, period, and that's my list? Can that just be it? Fine tooth comb. Ayaka seems very sweet. She seems like she wants to experience a lot of things. I feel like you would be leading the way a little bit, but she would be down to do anything because she's not done a lot of things before. If you want to go to that Fall Out Boy concert, she's totally gonna wingman with you. She might have a blast. Ayaka is gonna be like, wow, look at their crowd surfing. That seems fun. I feel like you'd want to try it. Kokomi seems like she'd be stressed out all the time. I feel like she's a headache girly. She would be, you know, everyone knows is a stomachache girly or a headache girly? Which one are you? I'm a headache girly. We can't have two headache girlies in the same house. All right, Kokomi's also a headache girly. I am too. We're never gonna do anything other than like watch Lilo and Stitch on the floor because like she's not gonna feel good. She's gonna feel overwhelmed. Relatable, but somebody's gotta lead the charge here. I'm gonna go Ayaka. That was really tough, you guys. That was super tough. All right, Noelle versus Ayaka, Final Jeopardy. Noelle seems nervous, whereas Ayaka seems shy. There's a distinction. This comes down 100% to like how well we would get along as friends. And honestly, I'm gonna go Ayaka on that one. Another close call. Noelle is also down to join our like trio of we can get a house with like 4 or 5 people in it. Okay, the final matchup. We have Xiangling versus Ayaka. I know the food thing is a huge pro to a lot of you. I know it is, but look deep into your heart. You guys who have had siblings or roommates, you would understand sometimes about the vibes. It's about going to the gas station at 11 p.m. and picking up drinks and then going and sitting somewhere and chatting about life. It's about going for Taco Bell runs because someone was crying because they just got dumped. It's a deep bond you forge with these people because you're living under the same roof with them. And that's why I'm clicking Ayaka. And there you have it, folks. The winner of who I would want to be my roommate bracket fight is Ayaka. That was so hard. I don't know how long this video is gonna be, but I've been recording for 55 minutes, which is on the higher end of these videos. This one is entirely subjective, so I really want to see your reasoning in the comments below for who you would pick as your roommate and exactly why, and why that's specific to you, okay? So if you want to live with Beidou because you have dreams of being a pirate and you want to learn from her, that's valid. You know, maybe you're a very messy person and you know Toma would never judge you and he'd keep the place clean. That's totally valid too. Again, this is like a college AU in my head. This is not based on like living with them in Mondstadt. It'd be like living with them in our world and what kind of vibes they would give off. Wait, maybe I should do a tier list where I like rank them by what their college major would be. That would be fun. Okay, write that down. Someone write that down. Anyway, I've been recording for too long. I have to go now. All right, bye. See you in the next video. Goodbye. That was really awkward. All right, bye.